Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. The solar eclipse is upon us. What do you need to know? Because it's going to be intense. Hello all, I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Transformational Tarot as part of my Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life series. And today we are doing a special edition for the solar eclipse that is happening on September 7th. It is a solar eclipse in Virgo season. And so for all of my earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, we are going to be connecting with you guys today. I'm going to be using the Unveiled Tarot to pull some cards for you guys. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I do have a spread, but I do want to talk a little bit about the solar eclipse for you guys right now. The solar eclipse in Virgo basically means that all of the work that you've done in the lunar eclipse that was in Pisces from that internal aspect is now going to be externalized through the Virgo aspects. Oh, and there's our first card. Through the Virgo aspects. So we are going to be dealing with issues surrounding perfectionism, surrounding structures and our day-to-day lives and the organization of those day-to-day lives. We're going to be dealing with how we choose to be in service. And this solar eclipse, the peak of it is on the 7th, sorry, I keep saying the 7th of September. It's not, it's the 22nd, 21st or 22nd. Oh boy. I just realized I did that in all the other recordings. So I'm going to have to do something to fix that. My bad. So the 22nd, it's happening on the 22nd of September. And so you've got 2 weeks, that is hitting on the peak. And then you've got 2 weeks to really, I want to say, intentionally get into that energy and work with that energy. And then the energies are going to continue to work through you and for you for the next 6 months. Don't be surprised as well during this time. Eclipses can often bring about sudden shocking events, kind of like a Uranus sort of energy to it. But trust that whatever is, presenting itself, it's happening because it's trying to realign you to what it is that this new reset has brought into your life. This is a reset, and it is an opportunity for you to really get into the grounding of it, the centeredness of that reset. It's about getting to know this new version of you in this new platform that has been created. So that feels really big. And when we're talking about cards, the first card pull here is, what am I releasing from my external world that is no longer serving me or in alignment with where I'm going and growing? So earth energies, you are releasing this idea that your emotions, that you can't handle your emotions, that you get caught up in your emotions, that the world is too heavy, too complicated, too sad, too crazy, all the TOOs, right? And I feel like this card is coming through for you guys to say, no, actually, your earth energies, you have, more so than any other sign, you have the ability to naturally be grounded, to naturally be a little more, I want to say, down to earth about things. Yeah, you've been rocked to and fro. There's been a lot that has been coming up in your path that has caused you to feel emotionally, I want to say, a bit, not unstable, but, a bit on shaky ground, a bit where you don't know whether you're coming or going. And, you guys don't like that feeling. You're used to being able to stand firmly, terra firma, and both feet are planted firmly on the ground, and you know where you're going, and you can create a certain sense of stability for yourself. Even when the world around you is not stable, you bring the stability. And I want to say the last little while, maybe 4 months or so, you've been feeling a little less like that. You've not been feeling fully in your emotional faculties, like you've got it all together. And quite frankly, I want to say to you, it's important for you to go through that process. It's important for you to not feel completely in control, like you've got all of your I's dotted and T's crossed from an emotional perspective. Otherwise, you'd be a robot all the time. And earth signs do get accused of that from time to time, being a bit by rote. You and the air signs, get called out for that. So I feel like what you're releasing is this fear that the emotions have somehow changed you in a way that you're not going to be able to find your balance again, or to find that equilibrium or that stability. And I feel like you're releasing all of that because there's an integration that has been occurring. Never forget your sovereignty. You are sovereign. You absolutely are sovereign, and you get to choose the experiences that you wish to have. You get to choose how you wish to engage with the experiences that are presented to you. So you're never going to get lost in the ocean of emotion for very long. You're always going to right yourself, to find the way, up to the surface. And I feel like that's kind of what you're releasing, is this idea that I'm out of control emotionally, or that I don't like this feeling of not knowing what, is coming up and coming through in those spaces. Very interesting. What can you benefit greatly from during this solar eclipse time? I also like to say with this one, like, what are you receiving? What's going to come out of this for you? What's the outcome? 10 of Cups. Oh, I love this. So the ideal outcome, right? The big dream, the thing that you've been working towards. And so I feel like, especially when we're looking at this particular card, what we're seeing is this was the dream, but this is the reality. You've got the family that's on the street corner, and, they're all very detached from this picture of hope or health, or, I don't know, sanity, or stability, right? Everything here says there's not a whole lot of stability in this. But there's a lot of stability in this being together. So I feel like what you're going to benefit greatly from with this solar eclipse energy moving through is your ability to step out of this and to envision this more and to feel it more, so that as you are feeling it, you are able to manifest it into the physical. There's been a lot of that emotional upheaval that has brought into your world maybe some things that were half-baked, that were slightly undesirable, or, just coming out not exactly the way you intended. This eclipse is giving you the opportunity to course correct, to make tweaks in that. It's not that this is your reality. This is in black and white. This is in color. This eclipse is going to bring about color into your life, bringing new color, bringing new life forward, bringing new vision and new potential and possibility forward. And I want to say bringing some action towards that potential, so that you are starting to see things manifesting into the physical in a way that makes sense for you. Wow, that feels really good. What wants to be birthed on your behalf during this solar eclipse? I like this. 7 of Pentacles, reaping rewards. It's the new life. Here she's overthinking the mechanics of it. She's looking at this beautiful bud, this budding flower, these 2 little leaves, and she's trying to figure out, how did you get there? How does this all work? Nothing wrong with being curious about a process, but I want to say to you, with this going on in her head, she's not necessarily being present with what is, or she's very present with it, but she's not really enjoying the beauty of it. She's still trying to figure out that, like, waiting for the other shoe to drop, or trying to figure out the mechanics of it so that she can recreate it, because she's already thinking about all the what ifs. What if this doesn't last? What if this dies? What if I'm not able to do this again? So I feel like when we're talking about what wants to be birthed on your behalf, it's presence. Allowing yourself to step into the moment, into the now, and to look around you and say, what is good about this moment right now? I have a roof over my head. I'm breathing. There's fresh water. in my fridge. I have a day off. I have a job. I have income coming in. I'm considering retirement. I'm, pick a thing, right? So I feel like it's really giving you more presence. It's also giving you the opportunity to get out of your head and to really step a little bit more into the manifested space, the heart space. Because I feel like you're kind of manifesting over manifestations, which often can happen where we're like, we're manifesting over what we've already done. So then we're resetting the clock. We're telling the universe that's not really what I want, or I want it in a different way, or I don't believe that you're going to bring it to me. So I keep manifesting it. Also, we can kill the moment when we get into that space of the overthinking. And that's what this feels like. So what's being birthed through you is more presence so that you don't kill the moment, so that you can really be in the space of, rather than trying to figure out how to make this work again, just be in the presence of the beauty of it and the magic of it all. I planted this seed and I talked to it lovingly and I watered it every day and I gave it really good, soil. And look, it's birthed something and it's got a ways to go, but we're on the right track. That's what I feel this message is about for you. Wow, that's super cool. Who are you becoming during this potent time? This is always a really important question to ask. Probably my favorite one to ask when we're dealing with this kind of stuff, because that's what it's all about. We're constantly co-creating ourselves, reinventing ourselves. King of Cups. You're letting go of the Queen and you're moving into the King. And I love it. Queen of Cups energy. There's a lot of structure, order, delegation. It is definitely that divine feminine energy and presence, the receiving of things. The King is, I want to say, more of that divine masculine, the movement forward. What's interesting about this, when we're talking about who you're becoming, I feel like there's an element of graduation here. You're graduating from that Queen to that King. Not to say that kings are better than queens, just using the hierarchical structure right now for the sake of analogy. There is a graduation from being worried about the structure in the organization, having to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Now you're stepping into all of that is done. And now how do I weather the storm? And I feel like the eclipse is going to feel a bit stormy in nature for you from that emotional perspective. But you want to remember, no, I've already got everything in place. I'm not going to lose myself. I'm not going to get lost in my ocean of emotion. I've got the sailboat. I'm riding on top of it. Even if that means I'm only riding on top of it in my mind, I've got the tools to be able to right myself, to be able to present that balance to myself when everything else is going awry. I'm covered. I know where I'm going and growing. I also feel here like there's a component of like personal responsibility for how you're feeling and communicating that with those around you. This feels like you're doing it in very specific pockets of relationship or group settings, not all across the board, just where it's needed. And I do feel that there are going to be these little highlighted moments where you're going to recognize, oh, because I took responsibility, because I said this, because I was aware that this was going on within me, I was able to handle that situation differently. Or I was able to share that with another person who really needed to hear that. Whether they needed to hear it because I was setting boundaries or whether they needed to hear it because they're going through the same thing. Either way, I'm really glad that I was able to own that and share that out in the world. It's what needed to happen. Interesting. And it's never a bad thing to step into that king energy because there is leadership in that regard. And whether that's personal leadership, like I said, personal responsibility, or leading a team, teaching others how we wish to be treated. I feel like that is a graduation. That's always, I want to say that's always a an A game or a good goal to have, a good thing to work towards. What do you want to consider for receiving in order to receive all you desire and deserve during this time? Receiving is very important for you guys, for earth signs right now, because you often are very much in service and concerned about the world at large. And I want to say right now, the world at large can figure itself out for a little bit. It's okay for you to kind of take a break, to pull back a little bit so that you can receive rather than being and giving. Interesting. Justice, a Libra card. So it's exactly what I'm saying. It's like boundaries. It's like standing for exactly what your truth is, fighting for the things that you believe strongly in, and letting everything else kind of go for a little while. Doesn't mean that you're going to let it go for the rest of your life. It just means you're letting it go temporarily. I feel like what this is saying is it's bringing you into a different focus, allowing you to get into a space where you recognize there are only so many hours in a day, and there's only so much energy for me to tap into at this time. So what is my priority? What does my focus need to be? And PS and FYI, your focus needs to be something that also recharges you as you are doing the work. So you don't want to be saying, okay, I can only do so much because I'm choosing an activity where I feel drained all the time doing it. That's a big red flag to say, maybe that's not your truth. Maybe that's not in balance. Or maybe, yeah, that's your truth, that this thing is draining you all the time and there's no joy in it. There's no replenishment or reciprocity in it. So maybe I need to look at it and say, I don't want to do it anymore. And I can hold firm to those boundaries. So saying no to things that don't recharge your batteries, don't bring you some level of joy on the other side of it. And when I say some level, I don't mean just a tiny little out. It has to be reciprocal. It has to be not tit for tat, but it needs to be substantive. How are you to best serve your community and the collective during this time? So remember, I said to you, the collective itself, it's okay if you take a little bit of a break. The collective itself can wait a little bit. So I feel like you can bet. There you go, the freaking hermit. So the best way to do this is to be a little solo, to be a little once removed from the world at large, to do the self-awareness journey. You can't make this shit up. I get so excited about these things because I'm like, okay, I'm getting this download. I'm not even paying attention, and boom, there's the message. So you are really in a space of rethinking, resetting the way you serve. And maybe that also is who you serve, but the focus is the way you serve, how you serve. That's what you're shifting. You're shifting the process. And in order to do that, you got to pull away from all of the nonsense and shenaniganery in order to get clear on, where do I get fulfillment in my service? And if I don't get significant fulfillment in my service, then maybe I need to just not serve in that way and seek out a different way to serve. I feel like that is huge in all of this. So the best way to serve the community is by serving yourself at this time, really evaluating where your energy is best utilized. But you can't do that in the muck and mire of it all. You got to be once removed. Wow. Can't make this shit up, guys. You just can't. Okay, we are going to pull an anchor card for each of the signs here, and we're going to start with our fabulous Tauruses. And this is an anchor card to help you harness the potent energy of this eclipse. I love the Fool card. Yeah, understanding that this eclipse energy is absolutely bringing you a new beginning. It's absolutely saying, time to move on, time to close the door on the past. Nothing about the past at this point is going to serve me moving forward. This is about not even so much clean slate as much as it's needing to be intuitional about every step and every choice, every inch that I am moving forward. Forward is the only direction. Forward is the only direction. And Taurus, I know this is going to be challenging for you because there is safety and stability for you. There is safety in the past, in what you can guarantee and count on. I feel like this eclipse is not giving you the freedom to stay in what's comfortable. It's actually encouraging you to break out of the comfort zone so that you can get to know the new energies that are around you. Better to know what you're dealing with than to not. So the Fool is encouraging you to take that complete deep dive, move forward into a completely new journey. You don't need to be sunshine and daisies, wine and roses, bury your head in the sand about it. You can be, I want to say, realistic, but there is momentum forward. Like, you're not going to get away from that. Like, that is happening. I feel like that's important. Virgos, what anchor card is going to help you harness this potent energy? Oh, Page of Wands. So I feel like for you guys, this is also about the new journey, but it is about a new journey that allows you to really connect with what is your passion. What do you want to make grow? It's less about what else is going on around you. It's not about find a need and fill it. This is more about, what do I connect with? What lights my fire and floats my boat? That's the journey I'm on. If I got to learn something, I want to make sure that it's something that I'm enjoying. For a lot of you, this eclipse season, I feel like the universe is going to provide a lot of, tests, right? Like a lot of those opportunities to present different situations and scenarios so that you can really sit into how you feel about it. Wow, I've just been given a free scholarship to get an accounting degree. Wow, that's a pretty big opportunity. That's pretty incredible. Guess what? I hate math. So, okay, it would be an incredible opportunity. I absolutely could learn it. Would I have fun learning it? Hell no. So then obviously, okay, that's not on the Page of Wands journey. It's, thank you so much for the opportunity. I would rather pass this on to someone who loves numbers and loves math and, loves the, the nitty gritty of the accounting piece. Because, for every person that isn't into that, there is a person who absolutely loves that, and that's their jam. So I feel like that's where you want to kind of lean in, Virgos, is in understanding, yes, I'm going to learn. Yes, life is going to continuously, give me opportunities and nudges and frying pans to the head, to continue to learn and grow. But it doesn't mean that I have to learn and grow in a direction that isn't really going to be aligned with what brings me happiness and joy and what connects me to my passions. It's a journey of passion. Interesting. All right. And Capricorns, this is the anchor card to help you harness the energy of this eclipse. Oh, I love it. Ace of Swords. Yeah. So inspiration is going to be coming through for you guys in a really big way. And I'm just hearing, have that inspiration journal, have that place where you're able to write stuff out, because there's going to be a lot that's coming through for you. And it's not stuff that you necessarily need to act on right now in this moment. It feels a little bit more like the energy of being inspired, writing down all the inspirations, and then allowing all of them to kind of morph together. You kind of blend them together in a concoction of things and see what they want to become. And from there, I feel you're going to step into, your natural builders, right? So you're going to step into, all right, what is this wanting to become? I feel like Ace of Swords is also cutting through the bullshit. This isn't a time to take control. This is a time to inherently stand in your truth. And the situations where control might have been warranted or necessary now are solved by you simply standing firm in your truth. and allowing the rest of the world to come around to that or to form to you. You don't have to conform to it. It conforms to you. I hope that makes sense. It feels like kind of a bit of a weird message to convey, but in my mind, it makes perfect sense. Like I feel like you, instead of taking the action steps of being controlling or trying to control, you're simply just standing in what you want or standing in what you know to be true and allowing time and everything to just kind of move around you to figure it out, you know? That feels really good. And our final card, how best can you focus all of this energy? So all of your signs, what is the best action step to focus your energy? I love it. Queen of Swords, boundaries, 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 boundaries. Also, I want to say there's a lot of intelligence, like intelligent love, intelligent loving. What do I mean by that? I feel like when you put thought, when you put intentional thought, like what is your intention? Your intention is to be a good person. Your intention is to ultimately help people. Your intention is to rise above the fray. Your intention is to help yourself to get to the next level or to help others to get to the next level. Whatever your intention is, connect it to the heart space, right? How do you want to feel about that? You know, your intention is good. Well, how do you want to feel about it on the other side of it? That is, I want to say, like intelligent loving. You're loving yourself, but you're making intelligent moves that are going to show love to others around you. Others are going to benefit from that intelligent approach. And that's loving. That's loving. So boundaries and really paying attention to what your intention is for what you're creating or for the direction that you're going. Understanding that it is going to affect others, but that you're not making the choice around that. You're making the choice for you because you're changing how you serve. Boundaries is a part of that. Being smart and methodical about how that comes out is definitely the right way to enact what is coming up for you individually with your signs. Sorry, a bit convoluted, but there you have it. It's like pulling teeth. OMG. All right, so Earth signs, that is our Transformational Tarot Special Edition for the solar eclipse that is on September 22nd. Really enjoyed connecting with you guys in this way. I hope it made some sense. If you need a little help or a little guidance, you know, around the things that are coming up, it's going to be an intense month. You know where to find me. Otherwise, we will see you for another segment of Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life. Sending you lots of love, lots of support. We'll see you on the flip side and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture Divining the VIP Life.